morning.
Well, good morning. How are you today?
Oh, pretty good.
Good, good. Are you ready for the evergreen scenario?
I don't, I thought I'd play. I think I've only played this with the old rules. I don't think I've ever played it with these set of victory point conditions.
Well,
'Cause-
it's funny that you should say that because we are going to discuss that. I pulled out my old copy too, and I've got both rule sets, and I just wanted to compare and contrast some of the changes that they made for this. So, as a full disclaimer to folks watching this, first of all, welcome. Glad you're here. Hope you enjoy it. This is scenario number three, McClellan's Opportunity from Here Come the Rebels, which is bundled part of Roads to Gettysburg 2, Lee Strikes North. So we are playing with the modified current rule set and Series Rules 1.4, of course. What we hope to show you today is this is the first of two playthroughs, so this one will be a little more in depth. We'll actually talk about the scenario setup, we'll talk about some tactical issues, and then we'll play through it. And I'm going to be starting as the Union this week, and then next week, Roger will take the Union. But yeah, this one is, you've heard us say it before, and this one is probably the most oft played, aside from, the teaching scenarios. Once you are done with South Mountain, certainly, you could play through them in order as we did, but this is the one you will encounter most often, especially in tournament play, because not only was it pretty well balanced to begin with, and it's also three turns. It is a very rich, it is a tapestry, a melange of different things, because you have such a wonderful setup right out of the gate here. And there are big decisions that you have to make on both sides of how you're going to play this. And no two games of it, I think, are ever the same. I've seen blowout of this on turn one. I've seen it down to the last pip, the last die roll on turn three. It really can go either way. It's fantastic. It is one of my favorites. This is to that end, this is the first scenario I ever played when I was playing in that tournament way back, and we'll circle back at the end of this one, and I'll tell you what I did in that one that said I don't know what I'm doing in this scenario. But we've both got our
uh,
coffee. It's Sunday morning with great campaigns. We're ready to go. Once again, we're glad you're here supporting us and watching this. And this is the one that I've been excited to get to. Well, not only this one, but next in 2 weeks when we do scenario four, the three cigars. That one is. I did not. I think I erroneously said, oh, it's only 4 turns. It's actually 6 turns. It's someone even called it a mini campaign game, which I think is fantastic. So, depending on the length of that, we may have to break it up. But I think today our scenario three should go 2-3 hours, and when
yeah.
we cut it down, it should be a pretty brisk affair. So strap in, folks, because this is McClellan's Opportunity. Let me read the official historical scenario information here, just to kind of set the stage. This is a three-turn affair, September 15th to September 17th, 1862. Following the Battle of South Mountain on September 14th, Lee ordered his scattered army to concentrate at Sharpsburg. Since much of the Army of Northern Virginia was still besieging Harper's Ferry, this concentration could not be completely achieved for several days. This scenario simulates the period between South Mountain and the Battle of Antietam, when McClellan's Army of the Potomac was presented with a golden opportunity, General Order 191, to defeat Lee's army in detail. So that is the setting for our play today. And I, as the Union forces, I have a what we would call a dearth of forces all crammed up here in South Mountain. I have no less than the First Corps, the Second Corps, the Fifth Corps way back there with Porter. We got the Sixth Corps with Franklin down there. We got the Ninth Corps under Cox, now that Reno has sadly passed away, and we've got the 12th Corps under Mansfield. So I've got whole bunches and bunches of stuff for which to prosecute this capture of Sharpsburg. But that's a pretty tall order for this one, because you have, of course, Longstreet's entire corps, and way down here at Harper's Ferry, completing their siege. You can see that they're locked in on turn one. We have Jackson and A.P. Hill and party down there, eating through the hardtack and looking for better smoothbores and such down there. The goal of this one, the big strategic point here, we see there's a blue circle over here at Sharpsburg. That is ultimately the Union's target for today for these 3 turns. And what Roger and the Confederate forces are attempting to prevent is the capture of Sharpsburg. And we'll see that when we compare the victory points between the old version and the new version of this, they have incentivized that quite a bit. They have made a premium of Sharpsburg, whereas in the past it was like, Sharpsburg, Now it's like Sharpsburg, capital, 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 So right out of the gate, the first big decision before we get into the victory points itself is each side has one huge decision to make. For the Union forces, it's how much do you commit early on to this affair to get. I mean, you've already breached the gaps, right? But everyone's tired, everyone's exhausted, everyone's at fatigue level 1, so how much do you try to do on this first turn? Likewise, Lee and Longstreet and company have to figure out where they make their stand. Do they attempt to do a forward defense? I've seen this done quite a bit, where they go back into the gaps and try to plug up Turner's and Fox's gap again and make their forward stand. Or do they draw back behind Antietam quickly on turn 1 and set up for turn 2 and 3? The problem with that is they are also likewise exhausted and at fatigue level 1. So any movement at all on turn 1 is going to cost them the precious opportunity to flip back organized. And that is my favorite decision point of this whole scenario is we don't know what's going to happen on turn 1. Franklin is out of it because we know based on last 2 weeks with scenario 2, he is locked down there in Crampton's and Brownsville Gap. So they artificially have restricted. They've given him paralysis, as you like to point out. He's like he's sitting down there saying, "I can't do it, I can't do it." Well, that's exactly what's simulated here. So he's not going to be a factor on turn 1 unless. But McClellan has to decide what's he going to do? I mean, is he going to be McClellan-like and just kind of stand there and reconstitute and make a push on day 2? Or is he just going to send Hooker right in there and try to bombard his way directly through to Zodelstown and Boonesboro? So those are my opening thoughts on this. What do you think?
Yeah, you hit on what I started looking at this yesterday and just kept looking at it on the Confederate side. I think it's interesting for those of you who haven't watched our scenario 2. The Confederates would have lost decisively here because they did not get anybody up to Sharpsburg, so they would have lost. But yeah, I'm still don't know what I'm going to do. Probably because I get the first activation. I probably won't make up my mind until you say we're ready to go, because I keep changing my mind about staying put, blocking the gap. Well, the problem with blocking the gap is I do have to worry about getting the guys in the
It's the line of communication, right?
line of communication type thing. So it'd be easy for you to block me if I go up into those gaps, which was sort of the first thing I thought of doing, actually. But now I'm thinking that could be a problem because Franklin will, as you say, recover on day 2 or at least lose his paralysis on day 2. So I can't simultaneously block everything. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's too many holes in the sponge, right? So
Yeah, I don't have a lot of guys. And you, as you pointed out, behind the guys that are fatigued and exhausted, you've got a whole bunch of manpower.
right. Yeah, it's just waves. There. It's human waves, and the guys coming out of Frederick are all fresh. So what do you do, right?
Yeah, they're all fresh. So you could opt to just I'll take the MP the movement allowance hit and go right over the top of your tired guys.
Right. Exactly. Well, let's look at this scenario special rules for this, and if this is your first time seeing this, I'm excited for you because this is one of those bellwether ones that everyone plays over and over again because this just highlights the Great Campaign system so much. You've got the whole factor of terrain and movement constraints and zone of control and too many forces in too small a space. It's wonderful. So here are our special rules. Turn 1, as Roger pointed out, the Confederates will automatically get the first initiative. So he'll get a free action, and that's that huge decision that Bobby Lee's got to make. It's like, what do I do? Second rule is I cannot move any units up into Berkeley County. That's the special rule. So basically, I can't go way to the west. I can't cross over the Potomac to go into Virginia that way. I don't think that's going to happen, but if they presume someone's going to get very gamey and do a super flank march. Section 3 is specifically about Franklin's paralysis. So we see the 6 corps down there. They're all through the gap, but they're all restricted on turn 1. Their movement is reduced by 2 points to a minimum of 1. So even if they rolled a 1 or a 2, they're still going to at least get 1. So they can always do a min 1 hex move, even with the +1 that they would get for Franklin. They cannot force march, and he cannot do any corps assaults on the first day unless, and the restrictions are lifted, if a Union unit gets into Roarsville here. I'm going to use my drawing tools, but Roger can't see, but he'll see on the video. So Roarsville right there, if they can get into Roarsville and no Confederate unit is down here in Brownsville, if those 2 conditions are met, basically if they force McClellan's away and they get any unit up into Roarsville, and it doesn't have to be just from the 6th, it can be from anyone, then they are lifted from their restrictions in turn 1. And that is often quite a big agenda for the Union player to see if they can get that extra tool out of the toolkit. Roger's Confederate movement restrictions, AP Hill, we see is down here taking care of the paroling at Harper's Ferry, so he cannot move on turn 1 or 2, but he can entrench. So if he decides to stick around and dig in, he can do that, but otherwise he cannot move until turn 3. Thomas is locked, I believe, underneath him, and he cannot move for the entirety of the game. So Thomas will never get to move out of Harper's Ferry. He's got to stay there. And Lawton, J.R. Jones, and Walker and Armistead, you can see all have the turn 1 marker there. They cannot move for the first 2 activations of turn 1, which means the free one that he gets, and then whenever he gets the second activation, they cannot be activated during turn 1. Once those 2 have gone, then they are lifted. The Harper's Ferry Fort has been destroyed on this one, and that is the last of the special rules. So Harper's Ferry is just a regular space. There's no depot there. There's no fort. No nothing. Let's talk about points, shall we? In this one, we see the blue circle here is worth 50 points to the Union player if they occupy it. And that's it. It doesn't even say if it's demoralized or undemoralized. It says if an infantry unit occupies Sharpsburg, that's 50 points at the end of the game. However, if they can't occupy Sharpsburg directly, they will get a qualifying infantry unit will get 12 points if there's at least one of them adjacent to Sharpsburg, and then for each and every one also adjacent, they get +6. So potentially all the way around if they were to surround it, but not get in it. They can't have a unit already in Sharpsburg. You can't get double points on this one. So it's +12 and then subsequent +6s for each an additional hex. If the Union can get back into Harper's Ferry, that's 10 points. And it's -3 if they don't have any units within 2 hexes of Sharpsburg. So they've got to at least try to get over Antietam Creek to get close, or get to Porterstown or Rohrbrock Bridge. They've got to be within 2 hexes of Sharpsburg. They can't just say, I'm not going to worry about it. And then this one, it is a +2 for destroyed Confederate divisions, or ones that cannot, Roger's talking about that line of communication that cannot trace a line back to any of the 20 hexes to Shepherdstown, which is the circle down there in the lower left, Harper's Ferry, of course, or Charlestown. And it cannot enter a Union zone of control. It can if there's, if it's being bridged by a Confederate unit. And then it's +1, -1 for manpower losses as per usual. The victory threshold for this one, which I'm stunned by this because 50 points for Sharpsburg, and yet the Union only needs 3 points. 3 points. In the old game, it was 4 points, so they've reduced it by 1. However, the Union can get 3 points, then they will win. But you have to assess a lot of those points at the very end. So they force you to play all the way to the end of turn 3 to make sure that you're at least attempting to get near Sharpsburg. So knowing that now, what do we think?
I think in the old game, you had to actually take Sharpsburg on the Union to get points. I don't think you got points for being close.
That is correct. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yep.
So you could kind of dig in behind the creek there and behind those bridges and really force the Union player to make grand assaults, but and multiple assaults. Honestly, I think this is going to be hard for me to win this scenario on the Rebel side. I must be wrong because, like you said, a lot of people love it and
Yeah.
play it over and over again.
I think
So
there's a real good opportunity for making your stand and making it untenable because at some point historically they got through the gap and then the Union tried this big flank around the northern and they came down through the upper
yeah,
bridge and Mercersville and of course the sunken road and the cornfield and all that, so they were coming from the north. That is scripted. It's not on rails, but it happens a lot just because of the natural retreat path for Longstreet and his corps. They kind of come back path of least resistance down Middle Bridge, and they try to set up their walls. Using the creek to anchor one side, and then trying to build a blocking portion from the north. So that's not to say it always happens, but it's common, so don't be surprised if that happens. Also, looking at the old rules here, they took away the -4 points for a Confederate infantry unit at the end of the game being in Boonesboro because clearly that did not happen very often. So, that's a struggle to make a super last stand right there at the
oh yeah,
at Boonesboro where they started. So I guess they figured there's just people are losing too many manpower trying to hold on to Boonesboro. Yeah, let's do a review of the troops here. Roger has Toombs way up in Hagerstown, and I have, in addition to Porter and the Fifth Corps, I believe I do have a straggler way down here. I've got
yeah,
Humphreys,
Humphreys.
big old Humphreys down there, 14 manpower, but he's 6 heavens away. Will does he ever get there? I don't remember. I don't think so. But it makes you feel good to try to move him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've gone through that. Don't think I have any other notes here for it. So let's say we get started. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Well, then I'll let you take your first initiative, and I wish you congratulations. Oh,
Oh,
Jinx.
you're conceding. Shortest video on record.
I will wish you good luck, sir. I'm going to make
Yeah,
it
good luck
difficult
to you
for
as
you to be
well.
sure.
Okay. Do we have a leader transfer phase?
We
I don't know
do.
if I have
We
a
always
leader
have leader
transfer.
transfer, but typically don't take it from the beginning unless you'd like to move Longstreet. Of course, that's certainly. I'm not going to move anybody on the Union side. I don't think.
Yeah, I'd like to have Longstreet in two places.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
No, I'll leave him where he is. I think because I think I've made my decision as to what I'm going to do here
Okay.
on this
All right.
activation. So I don't sit here and stare for 15
Sure.
minutes. Well, we are going to use Longstreet to activate everybody he has within range: Evans, Dr. Jones, Hill, and Hood. They will all need extend marches.
Oh no, the calamity.
So, so here's the movement +2. They can go 5 hexes. Longstreet's gonna he's gonna move with Dr. Jones when it's Dr. Jones' turn to move. But I'm gonna move Evans first. Here's his extend march. He's okay. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now Dr. Jones' turn. He's okay. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're gonna take Hood. He loses a manpower. Changes what I was gonna do with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. DH Hill. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. My roll? 6.
Oh, I think it's you. Yes.
Okay. So I don't think Jackson is released just yet. You
No.
have to win a
Nope.
net.
One more.
Yep. Okay. Take McClellan's. He'll need an extend march. 2's movement. 3 2s in a row. Okay. So he can go 3 hexes. And there's a little road across that creek, so I'm just going to do a min move to Barlow's Mill. My initiative, 6 again.
Well, I think you're getting to go again. 4.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll take Anderson fatigue 2, just movement. 4, extend march. He's okay. Just move him up to there as well. Initiative 4.
6.
That's
All
yours.
right. The Union Ramblin' Wreck is on its way. All right.
Okay.
So what do we got here? I think I'm going to activate the second corps with old Bull Sumner here. We're going to start with Richardson, Sedgwick, and we're going to move them. Here's the movement +1. 6. We're going to go right along with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. He has 1 left. What would F. Lee like to do?
He'll cav retreat. Here's his attempt. So 5. He has to retreat 4 to 6 hexes. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keep moving further away, right? Now the last 2 he can go wherever he wants. 5. So he can't enter the Zoc.
Right, I think he's still got the highest priority is to stay out of my Zoc, yeah.
So he's going to stop right there. I think that used your last movement.
It did, yeah. Sumner's stuck there, and Sedgwick will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Okay. Initiative. 6 again.
Probably yours. Yep.
So my 8th New York boys are going to try to get out of there. They're going to go movement of 6. And I think I can go across the river, so we'll go... you got me trapped either way. So we'll do a one hex move into Sharpsburg. And we'll say, hurrah, we've taken the town! Anybody got any oats for these horses? Alright, initiative 3.
Yours again.
Right. I think we'll take the second corps again. Here's their movement +1. Another 6. They want to go, go, go. We'll have Sedgwick go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there.
F. Lee will stand.
Okay. Sumner himself will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Alright. Initiative 3.
5. Take right under Stewart to fatigue 1. 1 die +1. Go 5 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative 6.
3.
So we'll take right to fatigue 2. He is well outside the range, so 1 die +1. 4. 1, 2, 3. He'll stop there because he'll got a Zoc in the 2915,
Sure.
so Franklin won't be able to run up to Roarsville.
That's right.
Init 6.
Yours again.
2.
And Jackson and his crew, I'll go ahead and take those markers off. They are released now.
Yeah, Jackson will activate Lawton and J.R. Jones. Here's their movement. 1 die +2. Goes 6 hexes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative 2. That's yours.
Okay. Well, that was just exactly what I didn't want to happen. 8th New York will go to 2. Here's their movement. 11. So they'll go 2, 3, 4 to there, and they'll stop. Initiative 6.
That's probably yours. Yep.
I'll have old Joe Hooker activate the first core. Didn't really want to do this, but here is their movement. +1. It's 3. See, it wasn't even worth it. Now it's just going to be worse. Alright, let's take Ricketts first. Here's his extended march of +1. He's okay. He'll go 1, 2, and 3. And Hooker will go with him. And Doubleday, extend march. He's okay. 1, 2, and 3. And Meade's extend march. He's okay. 1 and 2 to there. All right. Initiative 2.
3. It's mine. I'll take Armistead to fatigue 2. He'll need an extend march. 1 die +1. Movement 6. Extend march. He's okay. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative 4.
4.
Stuart will take Hampton to fatigue 1. 2 die. 7. That's +2, I think, for Stuart.
Oh, no, he's still +3. He's the full cav.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, +3, so it's 10. Take him with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to there. Initiative 6.
3.
We'll take Hampton to fatigue 2. 6 +3 is 9.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, we see Stuart going on a hunting campaign.
Yeah.
That is what he does with the small, ineffective Union cavalry.
So he's going to go 1, 2. So he has 7 remaining, which is not enough for a prepared. So he's going to do a normal attack on the 8th New York. It's going to be 2 to 1 ratio for a +1. He has a +3 for tactical.
Do you have a +2 flank? But I guess that gets cut in half because it's cavalry.
Yeah,
So +1,
yeah,
right?
+1. 5.
Looks like yeah. Let's see, 1 for ratio, 3 more for tactical, and then 1 for final flank. So yeah, +5.
Okay. And artillery is.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I have a +1. You don't have any. So here's the attack roll. Is it 2?
Come on, 8th New York. Oh.
So that's a +7.
Yeah, so they are eliminated from this, which is sad because I just read the part where they they went up there and they diverted all those wagon trains coming out of Hagerstown, and they were heroes, and now they're just dead. So Army of Potomac loses a manpower.
And I can move, and there's no effect on me, and I can advance. So I will advance into the hex to there, but that's as far as he's going to go.
See, I pulled my punch on F. Lee, and I was like, got him in a box, and then here comes Stuart.
Initiative. It's 1. Probably going to be yours.
Yeah,
yep.
That's mine. All right, so we will not do that again. All right. Let's see. Probably a good time to get the young Napoleon to have a look-see on the battlefield. So we're going to activate the 12th under Mansfield. And he's just got those 2. So here's their movement +1. They're also 6. So they will ride over the gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And green will just follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Right, initiative 3.
1. Yours again.
Well, we'll activate them both again under Mansfield. So here's their movement +1. It's 4. McClellan will go there, and green will go there.
So paralysis for Franklin.
Paralysis is now lifted.
Relieved, yeah.
Okay. Initiative 4.
3, yours.
Franklin will activate Smith and Couch. And here's their movement. +1. Ooh, very nice. Franklin will transfer to Smith. And they'll go 1, 2 to there. Couch will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess, but they should have plenty.
Munford will stand.
I figured. Looking down on the hill going, come get some! Alright, initiative 3.
1, yours again.
Okay. We will attempt an assault on Wright and Munford with Franklin. So I will use Couch and Smith. What would Munford like to do?
He'll stand.
Okay. All right. So here is the attempt. And only one piece can come in, so that will be Smith. So we got a +1 for assault. It's 4.5 now, so I've got a ratio of just 2 to 1, looks like. I don't have 3 to 1. So that was a good stand. So +1 for ratio, +1 for tactical. It is a roll for the hill for artillery. So I believe on, let's check that. On a hill or rough, yep. So on an even, it'll be a -1.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
No artillery setup. Good. And then it is a -1 for the hill. So it looks like I got 3 up and 1 down for +2.
Yes.
Okay. So here is a +2 to this roll. Ooh, very nice. 8.
Ooh.
Also, okay. Well, we force them out.
Yep.
And let's see what I get.
4.5 is a DR for me. Small little R.
Okay. And +2 on 13. I go into the 1DA, so it hurt me more than it hurt you. Flips. Loses a manpower. Give you another AOP loss.
He's got to follow the road away. And I think follow the road. He can go. I'm going to go 1 more hex to Hood.
Okay. And I think
There was a bridge there.
I think we
there was that.
will advance. It was hard earned, so we'll take it. Initiative 4.
3, yours again.
I'm going to activate Richardson with Sumner. He's going to go to fatigue level 3. Here's his movement +1. It's 4. Here's his extended march of +1. And he flips, of course! Of course he does! That's fine. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. What would Effley like to do?
Well, he's going to have to cav retreat again. Increase fatigue. He's already disorganized. Here's his roll. Oh, he loses a manpower. Maybe 1 back.
Hooray!
Decrease manpower. And he has to retreat 4 to 6 hexes. So he's going to go 1 to there, 2 to there, 3. And he'll stop there at 4.
And Sumner is not going to take that hex. He'll just stand right there. So initiative 1.
3, that's mine. Yeah, I'm going to start with Anderson, fatigue 3. Here's his movement. He can go 7, extend march. He's okay. I think the wiser course is to backtrack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative 4.
2.
Okay, I'll take McClellan's to fatigue 3. Here's his movement. 3, extend march. 5, I think he gets a +1.
He
So
does.
he loses a manpower. The movement was 3, so you can go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative 6.
Yours again.
This the 7th Virginia. His roll. So you can go 6, 7 for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to F. Lee. Initiative 1.
4.
It's yours.
I'm gonna move French back here. Here's his movement. 6 wants to go. He's got to catch up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Initiative 5.
Yours again.
We'll take French again. Movement 2. Go 1, 2 to there. Initiative 6.
Yours again.
We'll bring Humphreys way back here. Right at the backstretch. Humphreys. Here's his movement. 3. 1, 2, 2, and 3. Initiative 1.
2. Okay, that's mine. Take the 7th Virginia again. Fatigue 2, 9. He's just going to go 1, 2, 3 and join Stewart. Initiative 3.
6.
Yours.
We'll activate Morel with Porter. And what is their mission? Their mission is to do this. So here's movement +1. 5. And they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to there. Initiative 6.
Yours again.
Bring Humphreys again. T2. Movement 2. Gets to Clarksburg. 6.
Oh, I typed it.
Yeah, that's yours.
Okay. Let's see. Take Walker. 1, 9 +1. And go 5 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Initiative 6.
5, yep.
Walker to fatigue 2. Just movement 7. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to not smell. Initiative 5.
4.
Let's Porter up 2. Well, we'll take Tombs to fatigue 1. Here's his movement. 6. I don't think I want to march him into the Union Army. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Initiative 5.
1.
Okay. Tombs again. Fatigue 2. 5 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative 2.
1.
Oh, mine again. Might as well see if I can push Tombs. Fatigue 3. You can go 3. Extended march. He's okay. 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative 6. Time, but it's mine. I'm going to pass. Are you on mute?
Why do I do that every time? I think I reverse the toggle, and like there's times I know I'm just sitting here breathing heavily, and I catch it in post. I'm like, oh, I should have toggled it. And
Oh,
then when I go to talk to you, yes. So in this case, I activated Franklin to activate Couch and Slocum, and they'll both need extended marches. They rolled a one, of course, and I'm deciding where to send Franklin. I think I'm going to send him to Couch. And Slocum's extended march first. Just a +1. And he's okay. So he can go 2 hexes. And I believe he will just slide to there. And then Couch has a +2 to this roll. And he is okay. And he will come up on the hill.
okay.
Initiative 3.
2. Yours again.
I'll activate Sykes to fatigue level 1. Just got a straight die roll. 3. I'll go 1, 2, and 3. So close. Initiative 6.
Yours.
Sykes again. Movement 5 this time. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Initiative 5.
Yours again.
All right, Porter will activate Morel again. Movement +1. Eh. 1 and 2. Never within range. All right. Initiative 5.
Oh, mine. Ooh, I don't like how this is developing, but I don't want to do anything, so pass back to you.
Okay. Let's see. Humphreys. Don't have a ghost of a chance getting him in the play, but we'll try. Humphreys will go to 3. Here's his movement. 3. Export an extended march +1. Of course.
Oh.
Just never ever get a chance to force march these guys. I should force march on 2. Force march on 2. All right. That sounds like a quarterback. Force march on 2.
Yeah.
All right. So I get 3 movement. 1, 2, and 3. Initiative 4.
Yours again.
Okay. Do I want to move? I'll move the first Rhode Island. Here's their movement. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Initiative 4.
5. I will pass again.
We will do the 6 Pennsylvania this time. Movement 9. We'll go 1, 2, there. Initiative 1.
2. Okay. I'll pass again.
First Rhode Island again. Movement 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative 3. 3 yours.
3 tied. I'll pass again.
All right. Let me look over here. Aside from these cavalry up here, it's the worst that can happen is that. So, yeah, I'm gonna activate Couch and Slocum once again, and most assuredly both will flip disorganized. But here's their movement. Okay, and we'll go with Couch first at a +4. Yeah, he does flip. And they'll go to there. And then Slocum, extended +2. He flips. And he'll go right there. Alright. Initiative 6.
Yours again.
Um, I will move these cavalry up here. 6th US will move into range. Movement is a 9. Get him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 to there. Initiative 2.
2. Pass again.
8th Illinois. Movement 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative 1.
Pass again.
And we'll just take 8th Illinois to 2, and they'll just do a min move to there. Initiative for the good of it.
Mine. Yeah, I think I don't want to gamble on not getting the first initiative, so I'm going to Jackson's going to activate Lawton and G.R. Jones.
Okay. Yes, yes, keep them tired.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but just keep looking at Richardson and Sedgwick up there. So here's their movement. 8.
God, started that foot cavalry.
Let's see. Here's Lawton's extend march. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dunker Church. G.R. Jones extend march. E flips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Initiative 5.
1.
I will pass.
I will look the board over, make sure I didn't leave anyone in corners. No, no, no. Humphreys is moved as far as Humphreys can. Well, I could take him to 4, but that would be silly, because he's not going to get into play here. I believe I will pass as well, and we will end turn 1. So, recover in the sunshine. All is well. And we move on to turn 2 of 3.
Yeah, I chose to do, I guess, the historical. Back to Sharpsburg.
Yeah.
Get
Rally fast, yeah.
And hope to hang on, basically, now. I got a little bit of reorganization to do, but I just look at all that manpower coming at me and go, oh, boy.
This is true. However, the one thing you have going in your favor is coordination does not seem to be a strong point. We got, 3 flanks, and got to coordinate. Sumner's got to attack at the same time as Burnside, and, yada, yada, yada. This reminded me, I was just thinking about this as we took a little break, was the old axiom, and I know I've mentioned this before when we were talking about football analogies, is if turn 3 is like the fourth quarter, right? You don't want to score too fast in the fourth quarter and give the ball back, because that counterattack, the defensive counterattack, tough, hey, I'm next to Sharpsburg. Boom, here comes Jackson, right? So that is the timing aspect of this scenario in particular is so critical, unless you completely overwhelm them with the manpower, as you pointed out. If you can just get him in there, completely sap him out in turn 3, you can just say, all right, I'm not doing anything to force you back away. But yeah, this one is really tricky. I think that's why, myself included, so many people love it, just because you have so many little moving parts and cogs and wheels, and you just got to make them all mesh. And try to take those little points, as you were saying, McClellan's and Anderson. Did I really want to push the 6th Corps that hard? No, but
right
when it was a matter of, well, they're just going to flip disorganized, so I'm not worried about that. That was worth. But I wish they'd rolled just a hair better, of course. But that's fine. I'm trying to figure out what to do with Harper's Ferry here, because I thought about moving some forces way around the mobile forces being the cavalry, but they have no coordination. I've got no cavalry leader, so getting them down there in unison was a tricky proposition. And then once APL starts going, he's just going to go bowling for cavalry. So That was something I was thinking about trying, but I think there are other ways to do that. I really don't like the frontal assault across the Potomac to try to take Harper's Ferry back. You can do that, but it's worth what X number of points if you do it. But is it worth it to
10 + 10 if you can take it.
right?
Potential manpower loss is definitely there.
Exactly. So
If you don't take it, so
right.
yeah, I thought about moving McClellan's to fatigue 4, and if I got a good roll and didn't lose a manpower, which was unlikely to attack that 6 PA when you first moved in there, but
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't worth it for that 1 point.
I was dangling some bait there. I was going to see if you were going to take it.
Because it's a creek and it's a hill, so
Right.
it's a -3.
Oh,
it's like
yeah, yeah. I was really impressed at how Toombs just sidestepped and got all the way through Williamsport, and he's working his way down there. So that's on the table for you. I wasn't trying to cut him off, but I thought, well, that's potential points. But you managed to slip him all the way around with some good movement rolls. But well, I guess we'll start turn 2 and see what happens.
okay.
Leader transfers here. Now this becomes, it's not so much about the core leaders, but I mean Franklin's got to stay there so he can stay in range. Do I want to move McClellan anywhere? And I think he's in the middle of the field right now, so I kind of need to leave him there. So I don't believe that I will move Sumner over to Sedgwick because he's a little fresher. And I will move Porter up to Sykes. And that's it for me.
Yeah, I mean Jackson. Obviously, I don't want to move him to BH Hill, which is the only option. Question is Longstreet. Where are you going to come at me from?
You never know.
Yeah, I don't know. Just looking at my leaders here, I'm going to move. Yeah, I'm going to transfer Longstreet down to Armstead because he's only a 2 leader. Got a 3 leader with Hood. That leaves me with a 3 leader with both Jones and Evans. And I'm going to move Lee is going to slide over to Jackson's hex. And everybody else is going to stay put. Well, that's it. Those aren't my leaders anyway. Yeah, so I'm done with my leader transfer.
Okay. Well, then we are ready for our first initiative. Here we go. Ooh, big 6, big 6.
It's yours.
All right. Now, I got it. What do I want to do with it? Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if you go at me today or you want to
Right. Yeah.
make one big coordinated smash, as you pointed out on day 3.
Well, the setup's not going to get... It's only going to get worse because you're getting towards critical mass there. You're going to pile up these stacks, and you're going to be behind the creek for the most part, attacking across Antietam. Historically, apparently we found out that's not a great idea. So let's see if we can avoid that little complication. So what I am going to do then is I'm going to activate the second corps with Sumner. He's going to activate Sedgwick and Richardson. They'll go to fatigue level 1. And here's their movement. +1. It's a 6. Okay. Richardson will go to there. Is there any reaction from Stewart?
I'm going to stand. Stewart's going to stand.
Okay. And they will stick right there then. And Sumner will come around. 1, 2. What would Stewart like to do now?
Okay, so now it's 13-3. We'll stand.
Roger! Roger! You just took the cavalry playbook and you just ripped it up, threw it away, said, oh no, screening hell, we're going to stand. Alright, it's Stewart, exactly. I can see his big feather plume from across this field. +3, huh?
I can stop you here, then that's going to probably wreck your whole day 2.
Damn it. I thought surely he'll run away over Sumner, but no. No. Alright. Alright, this is the point where we look at the combat chart and we look at the best and worst case scenarios. Best case scenario is I roll a 6, and I've got a +3, so that's be a 9, and you roll a 1. So a +8 would take 2 off of young Master Stewart here. And if you roll a 6 and I roll a 1, that's a -2 because I'd have at least a 4. So a -2 on 13 would be 2D. So it could be a 2D or 2D. Either way, this is why this scenario is particularly tricky, because exactly what you said. I can either smash Stewart and get him out of the way and set up a nice line there facing off against Lee and Jackson, or I can wreck my whole day 2. And you know what? I have wrecked my day 2 too many times. So I will not attack. That's fine. Damn it. Well done. Initiative 6.
5. Yours again.
Okay. All right. I will have Mansfield activate the 12th core. Here is their movement of +1. It's 4. Green will go 1, 2, 3. And these guys go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative 5.
Yours again.
All right. I'll march French. Movement. It's 1. This is where the wheels come off. I'll just go to there. Initiative 5.
4. Yours again.
I gotta take a chance here on this. Let's see that. 6. Okay. Yep. All right. So Mansfield. This is probably a little premature, but I need to clear the space. So Mansfield's going to attempt an assault on D.H. Hill.
Okay.
We'll see how this goes. So he is a 6. So here's the attempt, and it comes off. We now will send orders to McClellan asking for a grand assault, and we'll see if we can get that. So here's the grand assault attempt. It does not come off. He's still timid. Still timid. Yep. All right. So we got a +1 for the assault, and we've got even tactical. That comes off that. So no flank. That's a bummer. So I got +1 ratio.
That's because this hex here comes off.
Yeah.
Because there's no forward.
And also because of that. So I get it covered. I get this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one covered. But then because it's only a +2, this one and this one come off. So it brings it down to 0. But I do have a ratio of 2 to 1, so that's +1. And then a -1 for artillery in the rolling. I really needed that grand assault, but if you count on a little Mac, you're gonna be in trouble. So it is a net +1 from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So here's a +1. It's a 3. Okay, it's a +1. Well, that is unfortunate, but
D.H. Hill is a 5, so he gets a D. He's already disorganized.
And I got a 1D. So I will give you another manpower loss from me to you. And I was worried about that happening with Stewart up there. But it is what it is. And we lose a manpower from him. Okay. You do have the option for a voluntary retreat if you wish. You always have that option of 1 to 4 hexes if you wanted to use him to scoot out of there.
Oh, okay.
Because you did not suffer an R, but you are welcome to do that, and this is probably a good place for you to do that if you wish.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So yes, I would like to do a voluntary retreat. And you said 1 to 4 hexes?
Mm-hmm. Yep, same rules apply. The difference is you can go 1 hex instead of a minimum 2. So yeah.
So 1 to there, and I'll go 2 to there.
Yeah. I did you a favor.
Yeah, I forgot about the voluntary retreat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure, sure. And I rolled my 3, so...
Oh, okay.
And it's yours.
6. Okay. What takes priority now? Well, I'm going to take McClellan's to fatigue 1. Here's his movement. He can go 4. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. So we needed another pip or 2. So he's going to stop there. Initiative 1.
4.
That's yours again.
Okay. Franklin's going to activate Slocum to 1. Here's his movement. 6. Slocum will go 1, 2 to there. Initiative 3.
3. That's mine. We'll take Anderson to fatigue 1. Here's his movement. Go 5. It's 1 to there.
Do you wish to
2.
Do you wish to attack me?
Be an even attack. I see -1 for ratio, -1 for mountain to mountain. Tactical takes that back to -1, and the type would take that to. So this would be an even attack against Slocum. 6. Yeah, let's try this. We'll do an even attack against Slocum. Ratio is 3 to 6. So that's -1. Hill to hill is -1. Tactical is +1. And the type is +1. So it's an even attack against Slocum.
Okay.
5.
6.
Oh, -1.
-1.
So I get a D result.
And I get double F.
Anderson's done for the day. You're pretty much done for the just 2 fatigues. Kind of like the way the chart lined up there with a 3 attacking a.
Yeah, it's certainly, if you had gotten Slocum out of there, that would have made McClaw's life a lot easier. Yep.
Well, at this point, the chance of these guys getting involved in the fight's pretty slim. Initiative 5.
6.
6.
All right. I'm going to have Hooker activate the first core. All to fatigue level 1. Here's their movement, +1. Of course. Wow. Just never rains, but it pours. Alright, we'll have Doubleday go there. They'll go there. And initiative 2.
5. Okay, we'll take Walker to fatigue 1. Here's his movement. Die +2. He is within range of Longstreet. He goes 7 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we stopped him in Sharpsburg. 6. Little reserve division there. Initiative 5.
1.
1. Okay, we'll take Tombs to fatigue 1. Just movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative 5.
4.
4. I'm going to pass.
Okay. I figure turn 2 might go pretty quickly because you are loath to move, and I need to figure out where I'm going to make my points, my pressure points. One of them
Losses right now are 3 to 1, right?
Plus. I've got 3 and you've got 1. Yes, so -2 to me. And as we pointed out, I just need 3 points. Getting somebody adjacent would not be a bad thing. Sumner is going to declare an assault on Stewart, so we will take him to fatigue level 2. What would Stewart like to do today?
Okay, so this is the same thing we were looking at before. So he'll stand. We'll see how this comes off.
So here is the attempt. It comes off. We will now attempt a grand assault from McClellan because we got a pathway back to him.
Oh, I forgot about that. Very well done. Yeah,
We'll request the grand assault, and it does
it
come
does come
off.
off.
So Richardson can be included now. So I'm going to bring Richardson in, and you have opted to stay.
Stand, and I can't change now, so
Okay, so it's
could be bad news for me.
22 to 3. So we got +1 for assault, grand, plus 6 for a 7 to 1 now ratio. Even on tactical, and I've got plenty of artillery now. So I'm showing a +7 to this attack.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't think about the grand. Good call.
Okay, so, well, the one time it comes off so far. All right, so here's a +7. Ooh.
Oh, this could be bad.
Oh,
It is.
6-1 split.
That's a +10, right?
+10. That
They're wiped
means
out.
they are wiped. Wow, 3DR. The famed
Yeah,
Stuart Cavalry.
gonna hear about that in the comments.
He will transfer down to F
Stuart will transfer down to there, but these guys are gone.
All right, and for
And
me,
that gives you a +1 now.
Yeah. So we will take the cavalry losses 1, 2, and 3, and they will both advance into that hex.
That was a disastrous stand by Stuart.
Well, it was for his honor.
Yeah, yeah.
His pride and honor. All right, initiative. It's a 1.
It's the one. Whale. I'm gonna pass. I don't think there's anything I want to try to do. This is gonna be standing and fighting.
Okay. Hooker's going to activate Meade to 2. Here's his movement. 6. Extended march +1. He's okay. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative 4.
Yours again.
Okay. Cox will activate the entirety of the 9th Corps. And they have gotten a courier saying, come forward. So movement +1. And that courier is very emphatic. So Scammon will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wilcox will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cox can just get to the same hex with the extended or with the extra. And Rodman will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative 2.
Mine. Pass.
We'll activate the 9th Corps again. Here's their movement +1. 3 this time. Don't it always figure? Alright, we'll go 1 to there. They'll join. And they'll go 1, 2. Yeah. We'll put Rodman there. Alright, initiative 6.
2, yours.
Try French again. Movement 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Initiative 3.
6. Pass again.
I'll activate green to 2 with Mansfield. Movement 5. He'll go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative 4.
5. Pass again.
We will activate Morel by himself. Here's his movement. 4. He can only go 1, 2, 3, 4. He can get over there. River there. Initiative. 2.
1. Yours.
Okay. Porter will activate both of them now. Movement. 7. He will transfer to Morel. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Sykes will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because it's +2 in rough there. So he should have just enough. Let's see, rough. Yeah, +2. So good. That worked. Okay, initiative. 3.
5. I'm going to pass again.
I will pass as well. We'll end
Okay.
turn 2. All right, recover sunshine. You guys are starting to dig, and yeah, unfortunately, you guys have reconstituted a significant force by resting. But luckily, nobody is at Breastworks 2.
Nope. They weren't allowed to get that far.
Yeah.
1862.
But DR Jones has got, well, we got 11 there now, and you got 14 with Jackson. I wanted to press it, but I just knew that that doing so would be perilous. All right, we move on to turn 3. Okay, round 3. Fight. We have reached turn 3 here now, so this is for all the marbles. What is your tactical assessment here, sir?
So right now, I have 4 manpower because of my foolish stand with Stewart losses, and you have 3. So it's a +1. You only need 2 more points.
That's right.
So I've got a good defensive line. You obviously have the opportunity, plenty of fatigues to build up a big assault against somebody. I don't have a lot of reserves. I think Anderson and McClellan's are probably out of the fight. Maybe, I can relieve my turn 3 marker on Hill.
Yes, AP Hill can come in now.
18, he's dug in, but he has potential to make a run up the hill here, as they say, make potential impact. So I think this is going to be you gathering your forces as, how did Bernard Montgomery like to put it, gather your forces and make one big mighty whack.
Whack! Yes. In true form, yes, that does seem to be the normal. If we're turning towards the back of the script here, yes, we have assembled the forces and we make the mighty push. We go over the top, lads. But there's always that counterattack, because just because I get to somewhere, it doesn't mean I can hold. Jerry Seinfeld. Anyone can take the reservation. You have to hold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, leader transfers become pretty critically important here. But I've got everyone kind of concentrated, so I don't know that I want to move anyone. Porter's with his. And foolishly, what did I forget to do last turn? I forgot to move Humphreys. Boo!
Oh.
I mean, I could, if we were doing this in Long Roads to Gettysburg, we would do, everybody that's so far back, we just, roll some dice and say strategic move. So I can do that here, but I don't know that he's going to move up too far. I don't know that he's going to be a factor. So he's beautiful window dressing for this scenario. So I overlooked him. That was my fault. So we will press on without him. We'll send a sternly written letter to him. You are derelict in your duties, sir. All right. McClellan has to stay there in the center, so he's going to stay with Mansfield. Cox will stay where he is. Hooker will stay where. Yeah. So I have no leader transfers.
I'm going to move Lee down to Longstreet, and I'm going to leave this question. He's got tactical But as you point out, I may need to make a counterattack against somebody. I don't want him driven out of command radius, and I don't think you're going to make an attempt down there. And if you do, it would drive him. I think it's going to come where Jackson is. So I'm going to leave Longstreet where he is. And if I need to organize a counterattack, that's probably where it's going to have to come from. So,
Okay.
and Lee's down there to potentially organize a counterattack as well. And if I had not stood with Stuart, I would think about maybe a spoiling attack there to the north, but I can't afford a spoiling attack and lose manpower.
Right.
So,
Right. Or
because that's
more. Yeah, potentially. Yeah,
or
because it's
more.
Fort
Yeah.
14, right?
So, that's it for me.
Okay. Well then, let us roll our die and see what the fortunes have for us. So here's my first init. 3.
4. So, yeah, AP Hill loses his entrenchments. And he's going to move 1 die plus 1. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. 2.
2.
2. Mine again. Take AP Hill, fatigue 2. Here's his movement. 1.
Bum bum bum.
Force march to get him up there. Yeah, I'm going to force.
You have just demonstrated one of the great decision points for every new player of Great Campaigns. What do you do on Fatigue 2?
Yeah, I'm going to force march him. I think I have to, which is so he disorganizes. So I already have a movement of 2. Wah, wah. And here's his force march roll. It's a 6, but he loses 2 manpower, so he
That is
gains.
correct. Yep. He gets
So he's going to go
5.
to. It's 5, so it's going to be 7.
With the new rules for 1.4, that is now 2
Yeah,
manpower because he has more than
yep.
6.
But he can move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 1 more left. Could go to there, 23, 12, but that would give you an attack, pretty good attack odds. So he's going to stop right there. Initiative 4.
2.
I'll take Anderson to T2. Here's his movement. Go 3. Here's his extend march. He's okay. So you can go 1, 2 to there, and he's going to stop right there. Initiative 4.
1.
Take McClellan's to fatigue 1. Here's his movement. He can go 7. He'll extend march. We're going to try to slide him around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative 3.
4.
Nope, didn't make it. Might cost me the game there.
Well, it is an interesting pickle. You say that, but that's actually a bigger issue for me because I really don't want my claws to get in there, but I don't want to go out of my way to prevent that. So I'm wondering if I should just let him go. But it's 7 manpower. Let's stick to the plan here. Cox is going to activate the 9th. Here's their movement. +1. Okay. And they will just go there and there. Initiative 5.
2, yours again.
Hooker will activate the first corps. Their movement +1. 6. I didn't expect to get 6, so now I have to recalculate. Alright, they both have enough, so do double day first. 1, 2, and 3 more is 5. And then Hooker also has enough there with 1, 2, and 3 more is 5. So just piling up there under McClellan. Okay, initiative 5.
5. Activate Walker. He's just going to do a min move to there. Initiative. 5.
5.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Stuart will activate F. Lee. More than enough. He's just going to go join that stack. So I now have 11, 16. I now have 17 in there. Initiative. 6.
3.
Take Tombs to fatigue. 1. Just movement. Put 2 hexes. 1, 2 to there. Initiative. 5. 6. It's yours. You might be on mute.
Yeah, I was. Activated Rodman and
Yeah.
just sent him 1 hex to there. Initiative. 5.
3. Yours again.
Okay. French will activate. Here's his movement. 1. Initiative.
Okay, that'll be. Yeah, that's mine. Too much math for my head.
The stacks do get big.
Question is, I want to leave some fatigues in the bank if I need them. I'm going to pass. I'm going to hold my fatigues if I need to counterattack.
Sure. All right. French will march again. Fatigue level 2. Movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Initiative. 4.
2. Yours again.
All right. French will go to 3. Here's his movement. And here's his extended march plus 1. He's okay. So he will just join Sumner. Initiative.
Of course, we consolidated.
3.
5. Okay, so now you've got, 23. AP Hill, fatigue. 3. You'll need an extended march. I'll roll for movement, extended march. Movement, extended march. He's okay. He's just going to do a min move and join Jackson. Initiative. 2.
4.
4.
Well, sir, I think it comes down to this. What do you say?
Yeah.
I got possibilities here, but it just depends on how you pull the trigger. Potentially for the game, if this goes south, if this goes literally, if it goes that way, that could be bad. So, what do I need to cover you here? Let's see. So I'm going to activate. I have to play the numbers because I could get a poor roll. So I'm going to activate everyone in the 9th Corps under Cox. And he's going to attempt an assault on Stuart here.
Okay.
Before I do that, would Stuart like to cav retreat?
No, he'll just stay. I'm not going to try to
Okay.
think about this too hard. What difference does it make if he stays or goes?
Sure. Okay, so here is the assault attempt. And it fails. Excitement!
Tension.
Tension.
This is where you break the video and say, next week.
Yes. Will young Cox manage to... All right. Initiative 6.
Okay. Try again.
Yes, we will try again. But however, now this is going to fatigue level 4 for Rodman. So here is the attempt. 4. So I can bring one of them in. Well, isn't that...
Oh, wow. Cox is only a 5. Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? All right. So Sturgis will be the point. So he'll come in and he will send a very, very wonderfully obsequious grand assault request to McClellan's tent. And it is accepted.
Yep. Get
So I can bring
one more hex.
one more hex, and I will. Let's see. Well, let's do the math. So we have some gas in the tank. So I got 7. Luckily, I will not have to face the attacking across the river because the point is
Yep.
coming from Cox. So that's good. So 7. You've got. Oh boy. Fundamental math skills 11, 12, 17. So I need to beat 17. I got 7. I'm not going to get 2 to 1, I don't think. But if I bring in a bunch of artillery, that could make the day.
I've got 5, 6. Got 7 pieces of artillery.
Okay. So I need to get 9 pieces of artillery. So I've got to bring in Green and Williams to add 15 to make it 22. So they will both. And you folks out there watching this is a grand assaults don't happen very often, and getting them to coordinate is so critical. So I've got +1 for assault. We are even on tactical. I do not have a ratio on you, but I do
Dang it.
have. What's that?
I'm trying to do a spreadsheet and it's
Oh,
not happy with me here.
and the only thing I've got +1 for the assault. That's all I got. I got manpower covered. I've got artillery covered,
Yep.
and I don't have any flank.
Yep. No flank.
So
No terrain.
this is horrible. This is attacking across the sunken road, the bloody lane. All right, so here we go. Cox +1.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, all right. Well, that's something. That's a setup. That's
Yeah.
All right. So I've got 7, 16, and 22, and I got a +1. So 22 +1. Still going to be ugly. So it's 2D for me.
1D for me.
Okay. So 2D for me. And what? So we're now tied on manpower losses. So okay.
I'm going to take it off of Evans, the manpower.
And these guys will flip disorganized. And I'm going to take 1 off of okay, so I'll take 1 off of him and 1 off of Green. All right. Okay, well, that failed. So we need another attack here. The 12th is out. I've got 2 pieces of the 9th left. So, all right.
I've got 10 manpower left there. Okay.
Right now the VP. I'm going to leave the VP marker up there just so I have a running total. So I'm at 0 right now.
So to even this up, yeah. Okay.
Initiative 5.
Yours again.
Okay. All right. So Cox will attempt another assault. Send another wave in, boys, with Will Cox and the other ones. That's 11. Will Cox and Scammon. Here's the. Would Stewart like to retreat this time?
No, he'll stand.
Okay.
Keep that artillery in there.
Yeah, sure. All right, here's the attempt. It fails. Okay, so Cox and the 9th are done. We got no more, sir. Tension, as you say. All right, initiative 2.
1, yours again.
At this point, we're going to try to play the initiative game. So Sedgwick and Richardson will be activated by Sumner. Here is the movement. It is 6. Neither one of them need an extend, so they will just go to there. Initiative 5.
2, yours again.
Okay. He'll take them to fatigue level 2. Movement 1. Extended march for Richardson. He will lose a manpower. And they'll just go to there. Initiative.
It's mine. Okay, yeah, see what you're doing. Lawton will march in place, pick up a fatigue, and throw up a flanks or fuse marker. Initiative. 4.
6.
It's yours.
Okay. Well, let's attempt an assault. Sedgwick and Richardson. Here's the assault attempt. It will be on Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the assault attempt. And he can bring one of them in. So it will be Sedgwick, of course. Sadly. So he's going to go. Alright, so I got +1 for assault. And then a plus. So the final flank of 4 is reduced down to, well, a 3 because you've got a friendly present. But then that becomes a 1 because of the flanks refused.
Flanks refused.
So +1 final flank. I got a -1 tactical. And I got a -1 manpower ratio. And you've got a ton of artillery there, right? 7, 11 to 2.
2.
So -9. That's going to be really horrible. In rolling, it's -2.
-2.
Wow, this is a really bad attack. I didn't think this one all the way through, but you also got the initiative there, so that the flank refuse really helped. So I got 2 up and 4 down, so it's a -2 attack. So yeah, I've committed to it. So here goes -2. 5.
5.
So it's a -2.
So for me, that's,
I can't believe I did that. Stupid.
19 -2 is a.
So it's more 2D. Gave you 2 more D.
It's an F for me. Kill those to fatigue. 4.
So now 2 in the hole again. But I am adjacent.
Yep, you are.
And
which is worth 12 points.
Yep. So
I've got to get you out of there now.
Yep. So there's that. He goes to that. That flips, and he loses 2 manpower. Boom, boom. Okay. All right. Initiative 1.
Mine. Now, I got to figure out how to do this. Same time, I can't leave a gap because you still have Franklin's Corps. Street's going to activate Armstead, D.H. Hill, and McClellan's. So they each go to fatigue 1. McClellan's goes to fatigue 2. Here's their movement. 1 die +2. Oh, man. Well, that's actually okay. I guess I can do what I need to do. Longstreet and Lee will go with Armstead. 1, 2 to there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Initiative 4.
5.
5. It's yours.
Okay. I will march Richardson to 4. And he is going to put up flanks refuse. Here's his extended march of +4. He's going to lose. He has 12. So Richardson, extended march, disorganized, greater than that. So he got an 8 or higher. So he's going to lose 3 manpower on that. So 1, 2, 3, and flanks refused. Initiative 2.
5. I don't know this. Boy, this is.
That's exactly why we play the game, right?
Okay.
Agony.
I'm going to take Hood to fatigue 1. He's going to lose his entrenchments, which aren't in effect anyway. He's activated by Longstreet. Here's his movement. He can go 4 hexes. Well, sir, I was hoping for something a little better than that. 1 pip more. So all he's going to do is he's just going to do a min move to there. Knit 5,
2.
2. Okay. Jackson is going to attempt an assault on Richardson and Sedgwick Sumner's Hex with Jones and Lawton. Here's the attempt. It does not come off. Initiative 5.
2.
Same 2. Jones and Lawton. Here's the attempt. Does not come off. This is very reminiscent of what happened to
Tension! So now you are down a division, so only J.R. Jones could potentially come in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oof.
At least from Jackson's Hex, yeah. Okay, initiative 1. It's going to be yours probably.
No, it's
It's
yours.
mine. Jackson again with Jones. This time it does come off. So I've got 7 manpower in now with 4 artillery. And I'm going with Hood there. I now have communication to Lee from Jackson.
Right.
So we can attempt a grand assault. And that does not come off. Wow. I can't roll 6s normally.
I know.
So we have Jackson against Sumner's Hex, which is 7 against 13. So that's going to be a -1 ratio. The type balances that out at +1. The tactical is going to be a +1. The artillery is you have 5 guns to 4 in rough terrain, which I believe
it's a die roll.
is a die roll for you.
Yep. So
even is used.
Even it's used. It is not used.
It's not used. The flank, I have 5 hexes covered. Your flanks refused, though, reduces that to a +1.
Let's go through the flanks. Just so obviously starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You've got all 6 covered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember this is impassable, 22-12, so that counts for and then counts against.
Yeah, it then comes off.
Right.
So it goes.
So you're
3.
gonna get even though I cut it in half, so that 4 becomes a 2, right? Well, I guess it just depends on the order of operations, but either way, the flanks refuse is bringing 2 off. But since you have a full flank on there, the maximum reduction is all the way down to a +1. So you're still going to get a +1, yeah.
Flank is a +1. So it's going to be 3 up and 1 down for a +2 attack.
Okay. +2.
Okay, here we go. +2 attack. Attack roll is a 2.
My defense roll is a 4. So
it's an even, which I think is not going to help either of us. I'm going to lose a manpower.
And I'm at 13. So I'm even. Yeah, I'm already D'd out. So
I'll take that off of, I can't remember, was it Jones or Lawton?
Jones.
I think it was Jones. Yeah. So he goes to disorganized. And he loses a manpower. Initiative.
Now, for those of you watching and observing this after the fact, before I take my initiative here, the big saving grace of that for me was because the attack was originating from Jackson. Had I needed to retreat, my retreat path would have gone like this, very ugly, and that would have been 6 losses because it's 3 manpower, because I go through tombs, and that's per unit. So that would have been exceedingly ugly if you had dislodged me with a route, or even just a small R would take me to there. So by the grace, by providence, as Jackson would say, Sumner stands. So now if Longstreet were to attack, I do have a path out.
Yeah, that's French. Why I was attacking from that hex, even with the 1 division. I was hoping to get the grand. And
I am on pins and needles over here, on the edge of my seat, literally. All right. So I am in a position now to pass.
Okay.
Putting the victory point marker up there. I'm 1 in the hole, but I got +12, so I'm at 11 right now.
Yeah. I got to get you out of there. There's no doubt about that. The question is, how thin do I want to leave my line? The only way I can get a ratio would be to bring McClellan's, put a Hood back there to cover the. Boy, I just don't have anybody left. Bring in Tombs and Hood. Oh, that would get me to 15. You pass, so I'm going to activate Tombs. No, we're going to keep him there. And Hood. They're both fatigue 2, and they're just going to do a min move and join the stack here. That's going to make that Grand Assault even unlikely. Okay, initiative 5,
1.
1. I really didn't need to move Hood. That was kind of silly. Okay, this is people who know the odds. So the way I'm going to play this is I'm going to activate Hill and Tombs that gets me to 7, which would be a -1 ratio. So here's the attempt with those two. Okay, those two come in. I could have gone with everybody, but we're now going to attempt a Grand Assault with Lee. And now I can bring in everybody in that hex, which is Armstead and Hood.
Mm-hmm.
I was basically trying to make sure I could bring in everybody.
Right.
And I felt that was the best way, is to split them up. Okay, so now I've got a ratio of, I've got 15 manpower to your 13, so the ratio is covered. I've got 1, 5, 7 artillery pieces to your 5, which is +2. I have artillery covered. The type is a +1, tactical is a +1, and the flank is the same flank as a +1 for a final of a +3.
And do you get the Lee bonus? You do. +1 bonus for assault from Lee.
Oh, okay, so that's +4. Okay, +4 attack.
It's a good attack.
4.
5, so it's a 3 net.
+3 result.
Gets me out of there. 3
and 15 on +3.
So I lose 1.
And I lose 1.
Okay, so we offset on that.
And I get a big F, so they're all, that whole stack is done. Take my guy off of Tombs.
So
But more importantly, that whole stack is done for the day.
2.
I was hoping for a better result than that. I'm going to go ahead and move the whole stack into that hex. Don't think you can slide anybody into there.
Nope.
But they're not going to do me any good. Not going to do me any good at Mount Airy.
That achieved a dividend for you. So
yeah,
now
I was really hoping to push you through Tombs. That would have, I think, iced it for me.
Oh yeah.
I think almost.
Yeah. So I'm at -1 now, and we continue on.
Okay, init 1.
5. All right.
Okay. Well, here you go.
Well, sir, let's see.
You got a couple options here still.
I do. Okay. Yeah, Franklin will activate Smith and Couch. Here is their movement. 2. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Initiative. 1.
1. 3 ones in a row. Okay, let me look at the numbers here. Okay, I'm going to take Mumford to fatigue 1.
It's just going to march in place, right?
He's going to march in place, and Stewart's going to transfer to him.
Yeah, that's great.
Increase the tactical.
You got to do what you got to do.
Because that's about the only thing I can do. Initiative 2.
1.
I'm going to pass.
Okay. We will have Franklin activate Couch. Here's his movement. 4. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. 4.
I'll pass. There's not much else I can do now.
Okay. So. Okay. Well, we gotta do the history here. Franklin is going to attempt an assault on Stewart. So he's going to activate both units. Here's the Stewart has the option to retreat.
He'll stay.
Okay. Here's the assault attempt. Tension. Initiative. 3.
6. We'll make this as hard as I can. Longstreet will activate. Let me make sure. Oh, wait, you still have Porter down there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pass, and I'd ask you if you would have moved McClellan's up there as well.
Would I have?
Yeah.
Um, that's a tough one because you have no idea how much or how little Porter is going to get the Fifth Corps moving if they were to come up. But I think I want to. I mean, if I were you, I'd want to move him there, just like you said, to make it as hard as possible. See what Franklin can do against that. But if you do that and then he gets D'd out, then you got nothing left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you still have Ricketts and Doubleday are only at fatigue 1.
Right. Exactly. So, all right. So that is a pass then. So
I'll pass.
we'll make another attempt on that assault on Stewart. So Franklin takes them both up one more. Here's the assault attempt. It fails again.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know that I've seen this many failed assaults in one game. But initiative 4.
6. You've only got Smith now.
For the 6th, yeah.
I'm going to pass again.
Okay. All right. Let's do Porter moving the 5th. Here's their movement. Grr. I get 1s on movement, 6s on assaults. Yes, that is the nature. So send your cards and litters to. All right, so Morel's going to go 1, 2. He'll go with him, and Sykes will go there. Initiative 1. More 1s. More 1s and 6s.
3. Okay, I'll continue to pass.
Okay. We'll take Sykes to 2. And he's just going to do him in. Move to there. Initiative 6.
1. It's yours.
6-1 split. All right. I got ostensibly 2 more chances here. So let's see. So let's do this first. Let's try an assault on Harper's Ferry with the 5th Corps. And Porter tries to bring in both. So here's the assault attempt. It comes off. So I have +1 for assault. I have even tactical. And I have a ratio of 3 to 1 for +2. I have more artillery than you, so that's not... In rolling, ooh, I might get a +1 on artillery. So here it is. I do.
You do.
So +1 artillery. But we're coming down off of that pontoon bridge, so that's a -2 for that. So I see 4 up and 2 down.
Yes.
Assault, ratio, artillery, all positive, -2. Yep. So here we go. Here's a +2. Fingers crossed. It's a 6. Ah.
Oh, wow.
Ah.
So close on that one.
Man. This game, it vexes me. All right, so it's a +1 on 24. That is going to be a 2D. I'm just digging the hole. Yep. Digging the hole. So the Harper's Ferry Gambit has failed. So that goes to there. There. Flip. And I will take the 2 off Morel. Boom, boom. So he's done for the day. So I got one last shot. One shot in the tank. And that is old young Napoleon here. So here's the initiative 3.
3. So yeah, now we're going to go ahead and move McClellan's. Longstreet's connected with McClellan's to fatigue 3. Nice movement roll. He does not flip. Longstreet's going to transfer to him. Just going to do a min move to there. Initiative 3.
3.
I'll pass.
Okay. So I am 4 in the hole. The only way So Slocum marches, gets a 3. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Okay. Slocum again to 2. Movement. 1. Can't go down off the mountain, so extended march +1. He's okay. He goes to there. Initiative. 2.
4. I'm going to pass again.
Okay. So I need a huge roll here on Slocum. Going to 3. Big. He's out of range of Franklin, so big roll. 4. That's not enough. I needed a little bit more. Here's his extended march +2, of course. So he's going to lose 2 manpower. And he'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. 6.
4. That's yours.
Okay, Slocum goes to 4. And he is going to do a min move. Here's his extended march now of +4. And that's a 10. 2 manpower losses there. Okay. Initiative 4.
1. It's yours.
All right. We'll repeat history here. Hooker will activate both units of the 1st Corps, Doubleday and Ricketts. And they will attempt an assault on that spot right there.
Okay.
Yeah. These are not great options, but they're options. All right. So here's the assault attempt, and it comes off. So I got 18 to your 10. So not enough for 2 to 1. It is a +1 for the assault, and I've got 6 pieces of artillery to your. Well, so it's mine. Jeez, I really need to look all the way through this. This is silly. I'm stupid. -2 for crossing the river, so I'm at a -2 there. Tactically, yeah, we're even. Oh boy, in my heart, this all went a different way with grand assaults working and stuff. But all right, so here's a -2 to this attack. 3. So there's no way you can fail, and I just make it worse. I think that's it. I think we're done here. I think I have defeated myself. I just out-hookered Joe Hooker. So, a -2 on combat, right? No, -4. Holy crap. -4 on 18 is, 2DR, or 2D. So, I give you even more. So, I dug that hole real good.
I thought what you were moving for was to move
I thought
Doubleday and Ricketts
I
to
thought about
Franklin.
it, right? But I just, with this one with the 10 in this spot seemed a little more palatable than the 12 in this one. So I was, yeah, I thought about moving both of them here and then trying a big blow through to this, but it really it came down to just these historical charges across the creek, and they're just failing. So we who do not learn the lessons of history doomed to repeat them, and I have repeated them to the tune of negative. Let's see, you've got 7, I've got 13, so -6, which is a Confederate marginal.
Marginal.
Yes.
Yep, it's just the marginal.
I had it, and then I lost it because I overextended Bull Sumner. So let's do our big wrap up on this one. I think we're getting into a pretty standard storyline here of Patrick does pretty good until he fritters it away. So how about we'll let you start with your final thoughts on this one. And
yeah, I was fortunate, I think. The core assaults were amazing how we were failing on those.
I think between the two of us, we lost 6 of them.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, I lost track on. I think I'm fortunate because I think you could have won the Harper's Ferry battle.
By 1 pip. It came down to 1 pip. Yep.
Yeah, and you certainly Um, could have won any of these fights here, and that's what it really boils down to. And I did do just sort of, I think the very conservative thing was try to get guys behind the creek and hold on. I didn't try anything too spectacular there, and
Yeah.
I got fortunate. And I had some really good luck with movement, a couple key movement rolls.
Right. I think if
They
the only quote lucky part I had was how much Jackson failed on his, and then his attack ultimately did not dislodge. So that was my shining moment of luck that I had no control over. Well, not you can control luck anyway, but that was the one moment I was like, oh, okay, this might be okay because I've still got Sumner there, and now I'm forcing you to react to that. But
yeah, and I just barely got Sumner out of there.
just very yeah.
I got the pip, as you said, the one pips broke my way today
Yep.
on attacks, and that was clearly fortunate. I thought I had a couple opportunities that I just wasn't able to really take advantage of, just because I just get so nervous about. Well,
Doing more harm than good? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with this, yes.
well, I felt I had some wiggle room, and then I made that foolish error of leaving Stewart to fight a grand assault, which did come off, and he got wiped out. Well, he didn't get wiped out, but his command got wiped out.
Right.
And that took away my margin for error, because I was really thinking about doing something with Jackson, kind of sort of seeing if I could do some damage. But
well, yeah, I was afraid for the smack back. That's why I was loath to leave that one unit there, French by himself, because I figured, well, if he pops him there and moves me, then now you really got Sumner surrounded. So I was a little nervous about that. It's just one of those. I mean, I'm looking back on this and like, wow, I've got a really nice setup there on the northern end. We faced off, and I just didn't break my way this time. So I'm not displeased with anything that I did. Even the Fifth Corps Morel stuff or the Porter stuff down there, I was pleased with. Well, hey, if all else fails, let's see if we can take Harper's Ferry back, and it just did not work out, which is unfortunate. But that shows you how incredibly tight and tense. Boy, howdy, was this tense for both of us. This was very cinematic and rich in narrative tapestry. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes next week when we swap sides. I thought your conservative was well placed. I have done it both ways, and I'm just curious that wow, yours actually worked really well to pull everybody back in turn one. Some folks opt to do that forward defense we talked about. It's South Mountain 2. Some people do the fighting withdrawal once they see what's coming through the gaps. Then they fight their way back from Boonesboro. But I thought yours was particularly effective because then that gave you the chance to rest on day 2, and you had Jackson. You had Jackson at full complement, which was a tough decision for me. Is like I didn't want you guys to reorganize, but I just didn't quite get the movement of Cox all the way into position, and so that Ninth Corps just being up at Smoketown and Mercer, around there at 2511, I didn't want to march them one more time and have them all flip, of course, because they're going to do that. And then make a substandard attack. I wanted to get I really was trying to be very, very patient today. Get all the pieces into play, and then just see if you can knock over the dominoes. And the dominoes were just very stout. So this one was a great one today. I was really pleased on both sides how well it worked out.
Yeah, this was tense. Like you said, I was day 2, day 3, day 1. Every day was like waiting for something to go wrong.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate that the wheels came off on day 3. If you march poorly on day 1, okay, you can come back from that. But just having it all fall apart just by one pip here and there, that's truly saddening. But that's why we play this, because next time it will be potentially completely different. Well, then let's call this a day here, and we hope you've enjoyed watching yet another wonderful scenario from Here Come the Rebels. If you have comments, we want to hear your comments down there. We've got some frequent writers out there, so please opine to your heart's content down there in the feedback in the comments section of the YouTube video here. We love to read them, and we will certainly respond back in kind. And if you can click that like and subscribe button if this is enjoyable to you and you want to see more, the like button tells us that you are enjoying it. A notification bell, if you click that as well, that tells you when I drop these. And we try to get them out once a week. And at the moment, I am displaying our current supporters, so thank you very much to our supporters. There's information about that down in the comments section as well. And we will be back bright and early, maybe-ish, with our coffee next week. And we will rematch this one and see if I can do as well as Roger. Look at that beautiful interior line, that internal fishhook that he's got there around Sharpsburg. That is a joy to behold. I hope I can do just as well next week. So, Roger, pleasure today. Well
Pleasure
done.
too.
Congratulations on your victory. See,
Thank
I
you.
was right from the beginning.
Could have saved ourselves
I got
4 hours of game time.
That's right. So we will see you all here next week, and Roger, have a great week.
You too. Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye.